Today we're diving into the world of naive Bayes classifiers, a simple yet surprisingly powerful tool in the field of machine learning. Whether you're new to data science or looking to brush up on the basics, understanding naive Bayes is essential. This algorithm is widely used for tasks like spam detection, sentiment analysis, and even medical diagnosis. But what makes it so popular? In this video, we'll break down the core concepts, walk through practical examples, and explore why naive Bayes remains a go-to choice for many data scientists. Let's get started by understanding what naive Bayes really is. Naive Bayes is a family of probabilistic algorithms based on Bayes' theorem. The term naive comes from the assumption that all features in the data are independent of each other, which is rarely true in real life. But surprisingly, the simplification often works well in practice. The classifier uses probability to predict the category of a given data point, making it especially useful for classification problems. Let's see how this works in more detail. At the heart of naive Bayes lies Bayes' theorem, a fundamental rule in probability theory. It describes how to update the probability of a hypothesis as more evidence becomes available. In simple terms, Bayes' theorem helps us calculate the likelihood of an event based on prior knowledge of related events. This is crucial for classification tasks, where we want to determine the most probable class for a given input. Part of naive Bayes refers to the assumption that all features are independent given the class label. For example, in an email spam filter, the presence of certain words is considered independent of each other, even though in reality they might be related. This assumption simplifies the computation and makes the algorithm very efficient, even with large datasets. Naive Bayes classifiers are popular because they are fast, simple, and often surprisingly accurate. They require less training data compared to other algorithms and can handle both binary and multiclass classification problems. Their efficiency makes them ideal for real-time applications, such as spam detection and recommendation systems. Let's look at some practical applications next. One of the most common uses of naive Bayes is in spam detection. The algorithm analyzes the words in an email and calculates the probability that the email is spam based on the frequency of certain keywords. If the probability crosses a certain threshold, the email is classified as spam. This approach is both fast and effective, making it a standard tool in email filtering. Naive Bayes is also widely used for sentiment analysis, where the goal is to determine if a piece of text expresses a positive, negative, or neutral sentiment. By analyzing the frequency of words associated with different sentiments, the classifier can quickly and accurately categorize text data. This is especially useful for businesses monitoring customer feedback on social media. In healthcare, naive Bayes classifiers help in diagnosing diseases by analyzing patient symptoms and medical history. The algorithm calculates the probability of different diseases based on the presence or absence of symptoms, assisting doctors in making informed decisions. Its speed and simplicity make it a valuable tool in medical data analysis. There are several types of naive Bayes classifiers, each suited to different kinds of data. The most common are Gaussian, multinomial, and Bernoulli naive Bayes. Gaussian is used for continuous data, multinomial for discrete counts like word frequencies, and Bernoulli for binary features. Choosing the right type depends on the nature of your dataset. Gaussian naive Bayes is ideal for datasets where features are continuous and follow a normal distribution. For example, it's often used in medical data where measurements like blood pressure or cholesterol levels are involved. The algorithm assumes that the data for each class is distributed according to a Gaussian, or bell curve, which simplifies probability calculations. Multinomial naive Bayes is commonly used for document classification, such as sorting news articles or categorizing emails. It works well with discrete data, like word counts in a document. The algorithm calculates the probability of each word belonging to a particular class, making it highly effective for text classification tasks. Bernoulli naive Bayes is designed for binary or Boolean features where each feature is either present or absent. It's often used in scenarios like spam detection, where the presence or absence of specific words matters more than their frequency. This approach is simple and efficient for datasets with binary attributes. Naive Bayes works by calculating the probability of each class given the input features. Using Bayes' theorem, it multiplies the probabilities of each feature given the class and selects the class with the highest probability. This process is repeated for every new data point, making classification fast and scalable. Training a naive Bayes classifier involves feeding it labeled data so it can learn the probabilities of different features for each class. The more data you provide, the better the classifier becomes at making accurate predictions. Training is typically very fast, even with large datasets, which is a major advantage of this algorithm. Once trained, the naive Bayes classifier can make predictions on new, unseen data. It calculates the probability of each class for the input features and assigns the class with the highest probability. This makes it ideal for real-time applications where quick decisions are needed, such as spam filtering or fraud detection. Naive Bayes classifiers offer several advantages. They are easy to implement, require less training data, and are highly scalable. They perform well even with high-dimensional data and are robust to irrelevant features. These strengths make them a popular choice for many practical applications in data science. Despite its strengths, naive Bayes has some limitations. The main drawback is the assumption of feature independence, which rarely holds true in real-world data. If features are highly correlated, the classifier's predictions may be less accurate. Additionally, it may struggle with small datasets or when data is not well represented. Naive Bayes handles categorical data efficiently by calculating the probability of each category given the class label. This makes it suitable for tasks like document classification, where features are often categories such as words or tags. The algorithm's simplicity ensures quick and reliable results. For continuous data, Naive Bayes assumes a normal distribution and uses the Gaussian version of the algorithm. It calculates the mean and variance for each feature within each class, then uses these statistics to compute probabilities. This approach is effective for datasets like medical measurements or financial indicators. Feature selection is important in Naive Bayes as irrelevant or redundant features can affect accuracy. By carefully choosing which features to include, you can improve the classifier's performance. Techniques like removing stop words in text data or selecting the most informative variables are commonly used. Laplace smoothing is a technique used in Naive Bayes to handle zero probabilities. If a feature value never appears in the training data for a given class, its probability would be zero, which can cause problems. Laplace smoothing adds a small constant to all counts, ensuring that no probability is ever exactly zero. Naive Bayes can handle missing data by simply ignoring the missing features during probability calculations. This makes it robust in situations where some data points are incomplete. However, having too much missing data can still impact overall accuracy, so it's best to minimize missing values when possible. Imagine you want to classify news articles into categories like sports, politics, or entertainment. Naive Bayes can analyze the frequency of words in each article and predict the most likely category. This approach is widely used by news aggregators and content recommendation systems to organize and personalize content. E-commerce platforms use Naive Bayes to recommend products to users. By analyzing past purchases and browsing behavior, the algorithm predicts which products a user is likely to be interested in. This helps businesses increase sales and improve customer satisfaction. Financial institutions use Naive Bayes classifiers to detect fraudulent transactions. The algorithm examines transaction patterns and flags those that deviate from normal behavior. Its speed and accuracy make it a valuable tool in preventing financial losses. Text mining is another area where Naive Bayes shines. It can quickly process large volumes of text data, categorizing documents, extracting keywords, and identifying topics. Its efficiency and scalability make it a favorite for natural language processing tasks. Recommendation systems use Naive Bayes to suggest movies, music, or products based on user preferences. By analyzing past interactions, the algorithm predicts what users might like next. This personalized approach enhances user experience and engagement. In healthcare, Naive Bayes helps analyze patient records, predict disease risks, and recommend treatments. Its ability to handle both categorical and continuous data makes it versatile for various medical applications. Doctors and researchers rely on its speed and accuracy for data-driven decisions. Social media platforms use Naive Bayes to analyze posts, comments, and messages. The algorithm can detect spam, identify trending topics, and even monitor sentiment. Its speed allows platforms to process massive amounts of data in real time. Customer support systems use Naive Bayes to categorize support tickets, route queries, and suggest solutions. By analyzing the text of customer messages, the algorithm helps automate responses and improve service efficiency. Marketers use Naive Bayes to segment audiences, predict campaign success, and personalize offers. By analyzing customer data, the algorithm identifies patterns and helps businesses target the right customers with the right messages. Educational platforms use Naive Bayes to analyze student performance, recommend learning resources, and predict outcomes. By processing data from quizzes, assignments, and interactions, the algorithm supports personalized learning experiences. In finance, Naive Bayes helps with credit scoring, risk assessment, and investment analysis. By evaluating customer data and transaction history, the algorithm predicts creditworthiness and identifies potential risks, supporting better financial decisions. Security systems use Naive Bayes to detect intrusions, classify threats, and monitor network activity. The algorithm analyzes patterns in data to quickly identify suspicious behavior, helping protect systems from cyber attacks. Transportation companies use Naive Bayes to predict traffic patterns, optimize routes, and manage logistics. By analyzing data from sensors and GPS, the algorithm helps improve efficiency and reduce delays. E-commerce platforms rely on Naive Bayes for product categorization, customer segmentation, and fraud detection. The algorithm processes large volumes of transaction data to deliver personalized shopping experiences and secure online transactions. Human resources departments use Naive Bayes to screen resumes, predict employee turnover, and match candidates to job openings. By analyzing applicant data, the algorithm streamlines recruitment and improves hiring decisions. Sports teams use naive Bayes to analyze player performance, predict outcomes, and develop strategies. By processing data from games and training sessions, the algorithm helps coaches make data-driven decisions for better results. Entertainment platforms use naive Bayes to recommend movies, music, and shows. By analyzing user preferences and viewing history, the algorithm personalizes content and enhances the user experience. Retailers use naive Bayes to analyze customer behavior, predict sales trends, and optimize inventory. The algorithm processes transaction data to help businesses make informed decisions and improve profitability. Logistics companies use naive Bayes to forecast demand, plan deliveries, and manage supply chains. By analyzing historical data, the algorithm helps optimize operations and reduce costs. Real estate agencies use naive Bayes to predict property values, match buyers to listings, and analyze market trends. The algorithm processes data from listings and transactions to support better decision-making. In agriculture, naive Bayes helps predict crop yields, detect diseases, and optimize resource use. By analyzing data from sensors and weather reports, the algorithm supports smarter farming practices. Manufacturers use naive Bayes to monitor production quality, predict equipment failures, and optimize processes. The algorithm analyzes sensor data and production logs to improve efficiency and reduce downtime. To wrap up, naive Bayes classifiers are a cornerstone of machine learning, valued for their simplicity, speed, and versatility. They are used across a wide range of industries from healthcare to finance and excel at handling both categorical and continuous data. While the independence assumption is a limitation, the algorithm's practical benefits often outweigh its drawbacks. By understanding how naive Bayes works and where it can be applied, you can unlock new possibilities in data analysis and machine learning.